Live from 7 Sports, this is the Orange and Blue Review.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. What is noon, technically? Is it afternoon or is it still morning?
Just kind of half.
All right.
It's a halfway point.
Jason Luber, the voice of Father Time over there.
Yeah. Speaking of Father Time, a cruel individual.
Father Time has caught up.
Yes.
Catches up with everybody at some point. But look, welcome to the show. I'm Lionel Bienvenu. That's Arran Anderson. We got the news today. Oh, boy. Well, look, we knew Peyton Manning had a foot injury. That was no secret for the last couple of weeks.
Right.
But today, we found out it is a torn plantar fascia.
Yeah.
In his right or left foot. There's conflicting reports out there. I think it's his left foot.
At least one of them
makes
is
a difference because
you're planning
right.
or you're stepping. I've actually learned more about the plantar fascia today than I ever thought possible.
Have you?
Yeah, it's that gooey area between the ball of your foot and the heel. And apparently it's better to just cut the thing off than have it torn.
Some people do that. Eli Manning played with a completely torn plantar fascia
significantly
ligament.
younger.
It's less painful that way.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, Peyton Manning coming off his worst performance ever yesterday. One of the worst performances in NFL history.
It was awful.
By the way, I mean...
that made Tim Tebow's era here in Denver look like it was phenomenal. I mean, I was watching yesterday thinking every time Peyton went back to throw the football, heaven help us. We had no idea where this is going. He finished with nearly as many completions to the Chiefs as he did the Broncos.
5 completions,
and think about the thick irony. I mean, this is the same day he sets the most hallowed record in passing, which is the career yards record.
Right.
He couldn't complete a pass to save his life. It was horrible.
It was horrible, and everybody saw that. I mean, I think everybody knew in the first quarter that, all right, he's not ready to go. You've got to get him out.
The first pass.
Before it gets ugly, get him out. And Gary Kubiak left him in until the third quarter. That's my thing. If Peyton Manning, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Hall of Famer, comes in and says, Coach, I can go. Okay. You can go, Peyton. Are you sure? Your ribs, your foot, I can play, Coach. All right. We're going to start you. I'm going to give you a chance, buddy, because you're Peyton Manning.
Right.
Against my better judgment, as Gary Kubiak said after, he should have never let him play. But you can go, Peyton. But if it gets away from us, if we see you're not ready, if we see you're in pain, if we see there's a problem, you're coming out quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a chance. You throw 2 touchdown passes in the first half, we're up. All good. They left him into the third quarter, even after a halftime summary of what was going on.
It was
after his 4th interception. That's what Gary Kubiak, I think, was talking about last night, was that, oh, my gosh, what did I do here? It's inexcusable and unacceptable for them to leave Peyton Manning in the game that long with how bad he was. I don't care who it was.
I agree.
You've got to come out if you can't play.
It was inhumane. If Peyton Manning was a horse, they would have put him down yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
It was terrible. It was awful.
Well,
and look, here's the thing that I don't get.
Wow, that's...
Gary Kubiak is a former quarterback. I mean, intuitively, you have to know, hey, this is not going well. There was not one pass yesterday that Peyton Manning threw where you thought, you know what? Okay, he's coming back around. It was horrible. Well, and even the receivers, there were 3 or 4 passes that should have been picked off that weren't. There were receivers shaking their heads going, wow, what's happening here? And yet they trot him out for the third quarter. Kubiak said, hey, the game was still within reach.
Right.
Well, now
with him at quarterback, to make some plays, and if you can do it, fine. He threw a 4th interception. You're down 19-0. Game over. So now we reach the Brock Osweiler era.
Yeah.
Maybe not the era, but time for Brock Osweiler. Peyton Manning is the worst quarterback in the NFL. In rating, he's 31st ranked. The 32nd rated quarterback is a guy who's no longer in the league. Okay, so he's the worst in the NFL.
Put to pasture.
He leads the league's interceptions.
Yeah.
He's injured. There is absolutely no way Peyton Manning can start next week.
No, and the icing on the cake here is birthday cake, because next Sunday is Brock Osweiler's 25th birthday. Right. This is predestined. I mean, this is fate. He has to start next week. You cannot play Peyton.
We don't want to rip Peyton. I mean, the offensive line is garbage. We thought there was some improvement a couple of weeks ago. Had a couple 100-yard games rushing, but they're the 28th rated rushing offense in the league, 86 yards a game, 27th in total offense. Peyton is the... Can you imagine saying that? 2 years removed from MVP.
Yeah.
The worst quarterback in the league.
It's unbelievable.
Kubiak's fault? Offensive line's fault? Father Time's fault?
The combination of
plantar fascia?
a
fault,
knee?
Whatever it is.
A hip?
it's time for Brock to play next week and then see what happens. All right, we want to hear from you. Call us at 303-831-NEWS. Skype us at Orange and Blue Review. You can contact us on Facebook and Twitter, and just send your thoughts and prayers for this thing. And we'll see what happens going forward.